Hello, my friends. Welcome to Bedtime Stories with Miss Byrne. Today is a big day because we are finishing our third chapter book together, which is awesome. We've been able to read so many great books, and it's been quite the time. So we will finish, oops, I just lost my page. Chapter 10, we'll be finishing Clementine today, and let's hope that she gets some good in her week because, as we know, hasn't been the best week for Clementine. But let me show you the picture first. Looks like she has to clean first. Now that doesn't look like very much fun. Chapter 10. I raced back to my apartment. My parents were in their bedroom. That's right, a chocolate cake with vanilla frosting, my mom was saying to someone on the phone. Goodbye and good riddance should be in red icing. Make sure they spell her name right, I heard my dad say. Then my mom spelled Clementine and said she'd be over to pick it up soon. There wasn't much time. Well, I guess I'll go clean my room, I said, extra loud, as I walked through the living room. I tried to make it sound as if these words were used to coming out of my mouth. Yep, I'll just be cleaning like crazy this afternoon. My dad came out and squinted at me, and then sat down to read his Boston Globe. My mother just glanced at me as she passed by to help my brother with his puzzle. Maybe when I'm done, I'll clean Radish's room too, I tried. And then I'll do my homework. If you need me to help with anything or solve any more problems like the Great Pigeon War, just come and get me. Okay, Clementine, my parents said, but they didn't even look up this time. So it was probably too late. Just in case it wasn't, I got the spray bottle of cleaner and some paper towels. Because even though I have never actually cleaned my room, I know that's the first step. Except I didn't know what to do next. I wanted my room to look like Margaret's, like a magazine picture, but I didn't know how to do it. The problem was, everything already looked great to me. Luckily, I knew what my parents would like me to clean. I dragged out everything from the black hole and piled it on top of my bed. And you would not believe how much stuff came out. 4 shoes, 3 brushes, and too many hair clips to count. Socks, a really crunchy Easter peep, and the top hat that had been missing from the Monopoly game for 2 years. A Mr. Potato Head nose, 3 library books, my book report due last Monday, and Friday's Saturn sentences. Some more socks, a Halloween mask, the skirt I pretended I lost, 2 flashlights, a mitten, a green plastic trapezoid, a Taking It Easy in the Everglades snow globe, half a button, Polka Dotty's favorite rubber mouse, Mom's yoga video, and Dad's needle nose pliers, 45 cents, even more socks. Look at this pile of stuff. That is crazy. She waited a little too long to decide to clean her bed, underneath her bed. I got the things all piled up on my bed, and even though they looked fine to me, I started to clean them. I squirted everything with lots of cleaner and rubbed hard with paper towels. I squirted and I rubbed all afternoon. It started to get dark outside, but nothing got cleaner. Everything just got wetter and covered with glumps of wet paper towel. Suddenly, my eyes were crying and they wouldn't stop. And that's when my parents came in. Aw, look at Clementine. She needs some good news. I just got some cleaner in my eyes, is all, I told them. I'm doing really great cleaning up my room. But even I didn't believe that. Okay, fine, I said, wiping away the tears so I could see how mad they were at me. I am sorry, sorry, and I won't be like this anymore. Like what, Clementine? My mom asked. What are you talking about? Like whatever you don't want. I said. I won't talk so much, and I'll clean up my room for real, and I will think about the consequences before I do stuff, and I won't do stuff anyway, and I will never lose my homework because I will never lose anything, and I will sit so still you will think, hey, is that Clementine or just a statue of Clementine? And I will never bring home another note that says Clementine had a difficult day at school today. And I will bring hundreds of notes home that say, wow, Clementine certainly pays attention in school. And the underneath of my bed will look like the underneath of normal people's beds, and my hands will always be where they belong, and I will take piano lessons again, but this time I will sit on the bench the whole time, and then I ran out of air. I took a big gulp. I won't be like me anymore, and then I'll be the easy one too, as easy as celery. So you don't have to get rid of me, which I know about because I heard you say, one's all we need. And then I heard you order a cake that says, goodbye and good riddance, Clementine. My parents both ran over to me and hugged me at the same time. A hug sandwich. Then they took my hands and brought me out to the dining room. And there was Margaret and her mother. And Mitchell with my brother on his shoulders, all looking at me. I scrubbed my face to make sure there weren't any tears left, even though I did not care what Mitchell thought because he's not my boyfriend. Stop real quick so you can see their hug sandwich. Clementine needed that. My brother yelled, prize, and everybody else yelled, surprise. And then they stepped out of the way so I could see the dining room table. And on it was a cake, all right, but it didn't say goodbye and good riddance, Clementine. It said, goodbye and good riddance, above 1,000 frosting pigeons, and then underneath that it said, thank you, Clementine, hero of the Great Pigeon War. Oh. Well, what about the one's all we need thing? I asked. What about that? My mom and dad smiled really, really big then. I'm going to stop so I can show you the picture of the cake. Wait here, sport, Dad said. He went into the hall and came back with a big box. Open it up. So I did. And do you know what was in there? A kitten! I am not kidding you. There was only one left, Dad said, and we told them, one's all we need. I lifted the kitten out of the box and took him into the bathroom to get him a name. Right away, I found the most exquisite word. I held him up to my cheek and told him his name, and he started to purr, which filled up a space in my ears that had been empty since Polka died. So happy for Clementine. Things are turning out all right in the end. When I came back out, I saw Margaret wanting to touch my kitten, and I saw her tell her hands to be quiet about that because he was mine and he was new. I wanted to say, the rule is no touching my kitten because it's the rule. But I didn't. Instead, my mouth opened up and said, want to pat moisturizer, Margaret? Which was a very big surprise, let me tell you. We know it's not the same as having Polka Dotty back, my mom said. He's different, my dad said. I know, I told them. He's perfect. Then I looked up and saw that everything else was perfect too. My mother in her overalls, my comedian father, my brother who didn't get stuck with a fruit name, Margaret in her Margaret hat, Mitchell slicing the Clementine the hero cake, my not from a magazine apartment. So when Margaret's mother came over and said, tomorrow after school I'm taking both you girls to my hairdresser to fix up those haircuts, I almost said, no thanks, because I didn't want to change a single thing. But she was smiling at me and that looked perfect too. So I smiled back and said, great. And then I passed out the cake and I was extremely polite because I served everyone else a slice first, and then at the very end, I took one. 2. Okay, fine. All right, that's the end. Look at this wonderful celebration. You guys know I like a book with a happy ending, so I am pleased that Clementine finally had a good part to her week. There she is with her 2 slices of cake. That would be me too. If I was Clementine, I would take 2 pieces as well. She deserved it after the week she had. So I hope that you enjoyed this book. There's actually other ones too. So if you did like Clementine, there's 2 other stories of where she's the main character called The Talented Clementine and Clementine's Letter. So if you want to continue reading about her wild life that I'm sure she will continue to have, you could check those books out as well. Well, we will have to start a new story tomorrow, so I will see you then for something brand new. Bye-bye.